everyone, and welcome to my channel Wheel of Fortune Psychic Tarot. My name is Nia, and in today's video we want to find out what your deceased loved one's very last thoughts of you were before passing away. Okay, so you can choose from these three groups. I will zoom in on these crystals in better lighting in a minute, but I want to introduce them to you first. So for group number one, we have this Smokey Quartz here. For group number two, this Rhodonite stone. It's black and pink. And for group number three, this Jade stone here, very shiny and glossy. All you need to do now, as always, is to close your eyes, focus your attention on your deceased loved one, take a deep breath, pause the video if you have to, and when you think you're ready, then just see which one of the three stones calls your attention the most. And then you can have a look in the description box down below where you'll find the timestamps for each individual group, so I will see you there. Hi everyone who chose this Smokey Quartz here. This is going to be your reading about your deceased loved one's very last thoughts and feelings of you before passing away, or you know, towards the end of their life. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, there is a link in the description box down below. So without further ado, let's get into it. Focus your attention on your loved ones with me. And by the way, I am obviously in a different filming space today, and I realize it's not ideal, but trust me, it's much better than what I usually am, because it's so stormy today. It's so noisy where I usually film, so I'd rather film here where we have more peace and quiet, but the lighting isn't ideal, so I apologize. I'm getting some weird vibes. Sorry, I can't talk anymore. Some weird vibes already, but kind of good weird vibes. I think the storm might be affecting the energies, and you can do energy work when there are certain natural conditions. It's not just about the moon and star constellations, it's also about storm and wind and rain and, you know, the different seasons. So what were your loved ones' last thoughts and feelings about you before passing over? I'm really feeling them. There's a lot of love coming through, but something else. So what were their last thoughts of you? The last thoughts of you, their last thoughts and feelings of you. Okay, we have the Princess of Swords, and I kind of wanted to come out in the reverse, so I'm gonna put it there. And this will be you, okay? You don't have to be a woman watching this, you can be a man. Just you're being represented by these energies, so there is a lot going on, but we need more. Wow, yes, King of Wands, that's your loved one. It kind of also wanted to come out in the reverse. So obviously this is a reading for the collective, and not everything will resonate 100%, but for many of you, you will be a child asking about a parent figure. Possibly you will be a daughter asking about a father or a grandfather. That will resonate for so many of you. If not, you could be asking about a significant other, but there was an intense connection between the two of you when your person was still alive. So you were obviously in their thoughts, and they knew that you were thinking of them a lot when they were still alive. And depending on your personal situation and theirs, there could have been some blockages, some issues in your connection or in your lives separately. And if you were in no contact, your person knew that you were always thinking about them. And before I speak about what I'm feeling here, I'm going to ask for validation from my tarot cards. Please, what's this King of Wands about exactly? their last thoughts and feelings. Yeah. There's a situation where for many of you, not for all of you, but for many of you, your loved one wasn't the best person. I'm just gonna have to say it. My channel is very honest, okay? That's without any judgment, but they were maybe quite egotistical for some of you, quite self-centered, very reckless in their behavior, putting themselves first all the time. And they realized their behavior and what went wrong towards the end of their life, okay? And if you were in separation, they realized that, you know, the separation between the two of you was largely caused by their behavior and their attitude, their self-centeredness. I feel like they left you hanging in some way or another before their passing. Like, I feel like you had been waiting for communication, for them to reach out or for them to do something for you if you were in touch for a long time. And they knew this. They were thinking about that situation where they left you kind of hanging and expecting something. You were very patient, very willing to give them a chance, and they kind of probably didn't comply or fulfill your wishes. Let's ask for more validation here. What was this about, please? What were you thinking about before your passing? What's this about? Wow. The Princess of Cups in the reverse. Okay, so again, different scenarios, because I get thousands of views on my videos. It's not humanly possible to give 100% accurate you know, readings that will resonate for everyone. I see different scenarios depending on your situation. So either, and actually this will resonate, should resonate for all of you. They knew the pain that their kind of selfish behavior caused you. They were thinking about that they caused you pain by not caring enough about you, for you, by just leaving you hanging in the wind, guys. And that's a saying. And it's so ironic because today it's so windy, it's so stormy. So the wind will be a strong sign for you. And with that expression, with that saying, leave someone hanging in the wind, they knew that they should have given you more time and energy, and they didn't. They cared more about themselves and their own goals. And they realized the pain that it caused you, okay? Now, specific situation, especially if you're asking about a love interest, a significant other, there could have been a third party situation, another person, okay, another woman who got their attention, and or another situation. And again, they did not prioritize you. Maybe they kept on giving you promises, I will do this and that for you at some point, and they never fulfilled those promises, okay? So anything involving another person or another path in their life that they prioritized out of selfishness, that was on their mind. What else? I wonder if they finally talk about having some regrets, maybe. What was their last thoughts? Wow. Okay. Again, this card, it came out in the upright, but it was kind of indicating that it wanted to turn over in the reverse. But there is a lot that was on their mind with regards to your connection and possibly other people involved. If you shared a family, if you had a family together, or if other people you both cared about were involved, they were thinking about that, and they knew that they would miss you a lot, and they felt a lot of pain and remorse that they did not appreciate the blessings in your connection, whether you were family or like romantically involved, that they didn't see the bliss and the happiness that you would have provided for them in this happy relationship situation. They chased after different dreams that did not bring them happiness, but they were just so caught up in their own egotistical thinking that they did not really nurture and care about your relationship. Okay, so if you are a child of theirs, their last thoughts were that, wow, I should have been there for my child or my grandchild. Or if they were a significant other, wow, I should have dedicated more time and energy to my person. We should have built on this foundation, on the love that we once created, stuff like that. Okay, so they did realize, looking back, and often you only know what you've got till it's gone, they did realize how much love, happiness and emotional fulfillment your connection did provide, and how much further they could have taken that if they had appreciated it more, or if they would have been, you know, more loving towards you as well. What else? Okay, well, this is so interesting. The Princess of Wands in the reverse. And, you know, based on psychic intuition, this is not talking about yet another person. Well, it could be for very few people who are asking about maybe an unfaithful significant other, because that could actually be for those of you asking about a significant other who was not faithful, but that's something that was not a secret. So don't worry if it doesn't resonate, then it's not for you. If that was the case, you will already know. Okay, so there could have been literally like 3 or several love interests this person prioritized over you, even though you were their true love. But what this will mean for the majority among you is that you are kind of their mini-me in a way. I know that you are probably more sensitive and responsible and kind of, I'm hearing inferior. You felt maybe inferior and they felt superior. That was kind of the toxic element in your relationship. But you had within yourself some mirroring tendency and energies. You were kind of also a bit, you know, more like frustrated, very agitated, understandably, because they didn't treat you right or left you hanging in the wind, or, you know, whatever resonates. And they knew that with them passing away and not making up for failing you, you would end up being quite understandably hurt and triggered and angry, okay, and a bit lost, because yeah, for many of you, your loved one could have died without you getting any closure, or getting to say goodbye, or getting that last real talk to sort things out. So they were very much aware of all of that, guys. Let's get some oracle cards. If you two would like to send in an oracle or a tarot card deck or a crystal, I could really do with some more crystals. I have an Amazon wishlist link down below. Let's get these brand new ones gifted to me, very kindly gifted to me by Yvonne. Thank you if you're watching. So let's see what else your loved one wants to say. By the way, as always, if you are enjoying this video, please comment and give it a thumbs up. It would really help me out so much. If you don't know what to say, just leave a purple heart. It would mean a lot. Wow, the wishing well, 48, wishing well. I was talking about this in the beginning here, where I said that they knew that they left you hanging in the wind, that they would kind of probably, for many of you, keep on giving you promises, but those promises were empty. You had certain ideas and plans for your connection, regardless of what kind of a relationship you were in. You were wishful for the future, and they kind of disappointed you. And I see here on this beautiful card a mask. So they were not honest with you, they were not authentic in your connection, and looking back, they really realized what they did to you here by just, you know, making you, playing games for some of you, making you wait for something that would never come true. So what's this? Can't really see what this is. This looks like in my psychic mind like a moth. It's not a moth, but I was getting the word moth. For some of you, moth will resonate. So yeah, 48 for an 8 adds up to 12. 12's the Hanged Man. So they left you hanging. They knew this. And maybe as a result of them leaving you hanging all the time, never keeping their promises, you might have walked away from them before they passed over. So they were thinking about that a lot. What else? Healing. Ah, this is beautiful. Thank God. 38. 3 and 8 adds up to 11. Justice. So, as I said, they felt a lot of remorse and regret. And this raccoon here, it looks so cute. It has this nurse's hat on, holding a flower. That's your loved one. And you are this fox. The fox is sick. And it has like a cooling thingy on his head for fever. Some of you guys, if you are suffering from migraines, that is linked to the pain your loved one caused you and to you being an overthinker and dwelling on that pain. No judgment from me, but that's just spirit telling you. If you want to heal your pain, your migraine, or something else related to your head, any pain, any condition, you know, then heal that pain that comes from being so disappointed in your loved one not keeping their promises. But yeah, they were thinking about making it up to you and asking for forgiveness. They're literally handing you this flower, patting you and saying, sorry, I was that person. Sorry, I was so selfish. Sorry, I didn't keep my promises. So they were feeling sorry, guys. Just know that. It doesn't mean that you have to forgive them or that you need to approve of what they did to you, not at all. I just want you to know that they felt sorry for their actions and their selfish ways. Also, there is a fairy sitting on the back of this raccoon. And this could be a sign for some of you that you know, if you believe in spirits of deceased loved ones and if you believe in tarot, you will have to be open for other things as well. And on my second tarot channel, I did a reading about other supernatural beings that surround you. I will link it in the description box if it's already out by the time you're watching this reading. If not, watch out for that reading on my second channel. For some of you, you have good spirits, like good nature, earth spirits around you, fairies, that will help you cope with your pain and help you with with your healing. And it could be that your loved one already had something in mind because they were so sorry what they could do for you in spirit to give you healing. And that could be by sending you, like, you know, little supernatural beings that help you heal. What else? 26. Hibernation. These cards are German, so I need to always translate what it says. Hibernation. And interestingly, there's a lion sleeping, and that lion looks like he's made of stone. And I am from Bavaria in Germany, and our heraldic animal is the lion. And many people who are very who are patriots in Bavaria, they have these stone lions in front of their house. It reminds me of that. So if you happen to be from my area, that will be a sign for you. Okay, but they knew that they messed up and that they have a lot of reflecting to do here in the afterlife, that they need to hibernate and understand and do some learning, go through their life review so that they can become a better person. And part of their plan is, and they knew this before passing over, that you would reunite in another lifetime. 2 and 6 is 8. 8 is the infinity symbol. And yeah, they knew that they couldn't deal with how badly they messed up and failed you. They really don't want to just ask you for forgiveness. They also want you to give them another chance in the next lifetime to make up for it. So if you are open for that, then please tell them, okay? If you feel like that's a safe option, then know that it's absolutely possible for the two of you to have another chance in the next lifetime. But you don't have to, okay? I want to get some more oracle cards. Sorry, it's very difficult in this filming space here to reach my cards and all of that. Hopefully the storm will soon cease so that I can go back to my normal filming space. Let's see what else was on their mind. Blinded to pain. They were blind to your pain. They realized that before passing over. I feel like you had given them many signs. Maybe you had tried to reach out and like make them see how much you were suffering from their misbehavior, but they were blind to it. But here with the 13 stands for transformation. Know that they were absolutely like not just feeling sorry and showing understanding for their bad actions, but that they really want to transform. They still want to become a better person, and that was already on their mind, the next step, which is to make it up to you if you want that. What else? (17) Forgetting oneself. And again, we have this mask here, which is same symbol as here. They were not authentic and they forgot about you. Okay, so they were just taken away by these false ideas that were based on what their ego wanted. They became someone they were not, and as a result, they didn't just forget who they were themselves, but they forgot about the people they cared about. So know that they are very sorry. They still are. They really, really are. They were thinking about that and kind of, yeah, knowing that it was too late, unfortunately. The child I was meant to be. Yeah, this is what I was saying. They had forgotten about themselves. And if you listen to the story I shared a few weeks ago on my channel about the little soul and the sun, you will understand what this means to forget who you really are. They absolutely forgot who they really were. They forgot who you really were. And again, number 8, they did remember when they were passing over because they had that enlightenment, and they know that you're soulmates, that you have a soul contract. Soulmates are not strictly romantic. I always have to say that. So it doesn't matter what connection you were in with your person, but they want to be a better person for you. They want to take that hibernation time seriously and reflect and nurture your connection and, you know, care for you much, much better when you next meet. And again, it could be that many of you were children, okay, from this person. So guys, yeah, that's all I have for you. I really hope it resonated. If it did, then please give this video a thumbs up, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, turn on the bell for notifications so that you will never miss out on a new reading on my channel in the future. Take very good care and until soon, hopefully. Bye. Hi everyone who chose group number 2, this Rhodonite stone here, black and pink. This is your reading about your deceased loved ones' very last thoughts and feelings about you towards the end of their life or in the moment that they were about to pass away, okay? If you would like to book a personal reading with me, there's a link in the description box down below. So let's get started. Also, sorry, I know that this lighting situation is not ideal, but I'm in a different filming space because it's so stormy, and where I usually film it's so noisy. I didn't want to do this to you, so I apologize. But let's get on with your reading. Let's connect with your loved ones. We can do this together. Time and space are irrelevant. Okay, there's a lot of heart pain. So for some of you, your deceased loved one might have passed away from a heart condition, very sudden, very painful, very shocking. Also, and this is quite sinister, but I have to tell you because my channel is all about the truth, okay? For some of you, the passing was very traumatic, very bloody. I just have to say it. I see and feel blood leaking from a body. This is dark. It's not fun to be that psychic, guys. Sometimes I in personal readings, I see pictures, images that I don't want to see. But know that healing is possible, and part of healing and getting closure are hopefully my readings on this channel. So let's ask them what their last thoughts and feelings were of you. Guys, I'm really getting that for some of you, your loved one died very traumatically in an accident or through violence. If you comment, please censor your trigger words with an asterisk or using a synonym, because YouTube will delete your comment if it contains vocabulary that is linked to violence. But I see that for many of you, like someone dying from losing blood, and it really hurts me. Dying from losing blood, God, and it makes me want to cry. So what were they thinking about in their last moments of you, their last thoughts? Wow, Page of Cups. Kind of wanted to come out in the reverse. And it's so interesting because I had that same card from a different deck in group number 1. This might be a reminder that you should watch group number 1 as well, but only if you felt drawn to it. I need more confirmation about this. What does this mean? What were their last thoughts of you? 7 of Pentacles. This is so weird. Okay. Very similar energy to pile number 1 so far. So they were definitely thinking about you. And I feel like that was them. For some of you, your loved one could have been your child. Maybe you were their child, but I feel like for many of you, they were younger than you. Younger or kind of maybe more vulnerable. You were more mature than them. That will resonate for some of you. And if you look at this spoon, it has holes in it and the liquid is just leaking through it. This is like, unfortunately, like your loved one confirming that for many of you, they died because of losing blood. This is so much to handle right now. I apologize. Please bear with me. And I need to ask them what the 7 of Pentacles is exactly about here. It could be talking about, I'm already getting like downloads, a scenario for many of you. You might have been present at this very traumatic event where they were passing away from this act of violence or this accident. You were watching, you were the one who called the ambulance, and there's nothing that you could do. You wish you could have done something, saved their lives, but you couldn't. Or maybe you were in a hospital and your person was in surgery and you had to wait for the doctors to tell you the outcome of the surgery. So your loved one, you know, people have out of body experiences when they pass away, and that was happening with your loved one. They had an out of body experience as they were passing away, and they could see what was happening around them. If you were present, they saw you. If you were not present, then they saw other people, or they saw their own dead body. That's what they're communicating. Yeah, out of body experience. You know, when the soul leaves the body, and some people, you know, they have that happen during surgery, and then they tell the doctors after surgery what they were talking about and stuff. But I'm having such a hard time to breathe. This is so overwhelming. I might have to pause this video. I need to tell your loved ones to stop making me feel what they were feeling. Some of your loved ones, they could have like suffocated or choked on their blood, or drowning maybe. And this is a lot. So, okay. What was going on? What were they thinking and feeling when they were passing away? 3 of Cups. They were thinking about you, and again they were watching the people around. It could be that even if you were not present, when this thing happened, that they visited you, because time and space are so irrelevant. They could have traveled to where you were, and for some of you, you might have been distracted and busy with something else when they were passing away and they visited you. You were having a good time for some of you. It's not everything will resonate. This is a reading for the collective. You were maybe in a social gathering or celebrating something and they visited you. So they were most definitely like watching you and thinking of you, and not just you, like everyone else who meant a lot to them. And they were just feeling so much love for you. What else? Oh my God, 3 of Swords. So if your person, again, I feel like unfortunately for many of you, your loved one will have passed away from an act of violence, okay? Someone killed them. Be careful with your comments, guys. Someone killed them violently for many of you. If it doesn't resonate, regardless of how they died, they were thinking about their passing and how much pain this would cause you and, again, everyone else. It was not a good state of mind they were in. They were feeling so much pain, not just from their own panic, but also from how you would receive the news and how you would cope, and not just you but other people as well. For some of you, as a very small group among you, your person could have cheated on you, and they were thinking about how much pain this caused to you. And again, I'm getting so many downloads from so many loved ones, and this is so sinister. But some of your loved ones might have ended their lives themselves. They did something violent to them, and so they ended their own life. Do not use the S word in the comments. And they might have ended their own life because they did things to you that hurt you deeply, because they were mentally not mature or mentally ill. They could have cheated on you. If that's a thing, you will already know, okay? They could have cheated on you and they were thinking about that, and because they were so unhappy, they ended their own life. What else? Temperance. Yeah. I said this in group number 1, but you don't know what you've got till it's gone. And, sometimes it's too late to heal something, but they realized in their last moments that they should have been a more balanced, more stable person, caring more about themselves as well as other people. So they were thinking about you and that they should have healed your connection. And they were worried about how you would cope after their passing and if you would ever heal. But know that they are very connected. They are a very troubled soul, and troubled souls tend to be very spiritual, okay? What looks like dark energy in the physical could actually be a very pure and mature soul choosing to go through this. So just know that on the inside they are a very mature, pure soul. And they found the light after all of this darkness, but they were thinking about all the healing that needed to be done in the future. Yes, Ace of Swords. They were thinking about, and I was getting this, and you can't see this in the tarot cards, but psychic intuition is telling me, I was hinting at it with them being a mature, pure soul. They are very spiritual, very psychic, especially obviously now that they are in spirit. They were already thinking about communicating with you in spirit, reaching you, sending you signs and speaking their truth. So if you have been feeling or experiencing things, guys, that will be definitely your loved one. You're not crazy, okay? They had this plan as they were passing over to kind of maybe stay around or reach you through signs, because there's a lot that was left unsaid, I feel like. Okay. Wow, so heavy. If you're still with me, please give this video a thumbs up and comment. If you don't know what to say, just leave me a purple heart. I would appreciate that so much. That way I know that you appreciate my content. Okay, let's get some oracle cards here to further clarify. If you too would like to send in a deck or a crystal, I really could do with some new crystals, then I have an Amazon wishlist link in the description box down below. So let's ask them to give us more information about their last thoughts and feelings of you. Twirly path flow. Yeah, they did end up finding the light, but they knew that as they were passing, because of how troubled they were and of how traumatically they died, that it wasn't going to be an easy path in the spirit realms, and that it, you know, they say healing is never a straight line, it's never fluid, it's never continuous. There are blockages and, you know, relapses and setbacks. That's the same in spirit. So they were aware that with all this mess that they left behind, they would need to do a lot of healing, and that you would too. Okay, so they knew about the pain. Wow, okay. This is a thunderstorm, chaos. They were in a very, very dark, chaotic place when they were passing away. And again, like, it's like thunder striking. I feel like an accident or like a quick act of violence ended their life. And they were just, you know, like all over the place emotionally because of it. And they were thinking about how you would be affected by this chaos, because it wasn't just them, it was you as well. And if they didn't do it themselves, they were also thinking about the person who did it to them. Okay, so your person doesn't have very clear thoughts here towards the very end of their life, and that's because of the trauma that was happening. This is not your fault, okay? It's not that they didn't love you enough. It was just that so much trauma was going on, and, you know, it's even affecting me right now. What else? Transition, a stone circle. Yes, they were definitely... I'm getting so many visions and feelings about their last moments, and like for many of you, blood, and them watching their own body passing away. They were watching and they were thinking about finally making it out of that darkness, finding the light so that they could heal, so that they could be in a place where they can give you signs and reach out to you. It was so traumatic. It was so traumatic, guys. And I'm sorry that they're not really talking a lot about what they were thinking and feeling about you. They were thinking about healing, okay, and realizing the pain they caused. But you have to be forgiving with them if you can, if you find it in your heart, because there was so much like utter chaos, destruction, disruption, shock and terror. And it takes a lot to make it out the other end and actually find the light, which luckily they did. Luckily. So I want to get some final written messages for you guys, so that they can get a bit more personal now. What were their thoughts of you? If we step away from that external trauma for a minute, what were their last thoughts of you? What did they want to say to you? You're doing so well. Like, look, they were definitely watching you and visiting you when they had that outer body experience. They were visiting you and hoping that you would cope, and watching you, okay? So they were not just, maybe that's why not so many thoughts and feelings are coming through, because they were actually with you, if that makes sense. What else? There's a light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah, they were basically like something so dark happened to them that they were more busy with you know, finding the light. But with that being said, they were also like worried about you, but sure that you would find the light at the end of the tunnel as well, because we all can, okay? We all can. There's like darkness in the real world, I know this myself, I am still going through a lot of darkness. Everything I am preaching here is what I'm practicing to stay alive. So everything I say comes from a place of true understanding, okay? And I'm fighting every day to make it to that light and to not give up. And they want it for you to do the same. What else? I want to reach you through signs, guys. Yes, and it comes out directly under this Ace of Swords card here. So they had a plan that they would, yes, cross over and find the light and heal there, but they knew that they wanted to reach out and communicate, okay? Because there was a lot left unsaid, I feel like, or you didn't get to say goodbye. And so please make sure that you connect with them, because there's a lot that you should have been feeling and receiving by now already. So that was their main goal, apart from healing, to stay in touch with you. Okay guys, wow. That's all I have for you in this reading. I really hope it brought you some clarity for your situation. If it resonated, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on the bell for notifications so that you will never miss out on a new reading on my channel in the future. Take super good care, and until soon, hopefully. Bye. Hi everyone who chose group number 3 and is Jade stone here. And look, this looks so pretty on this deck. But that's not why I chose the deck or the stone. I always let my psychic intuition guide me for that. So this will be a reading about your deceased loved one's very last thoughts and feelings of you towards the end of their life, or in the moment that they were passing over. I don't know why I'm so out of breath right now. I need to ground myself. Maybe this is coming from you. Have you been feeling anxious, guys? Because I can pick up on your energies as well. But anyway, if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, there's a link in the description box down below. So let's go. And also, I apologize about the lighting situation. I know it's not ideal, but today is an extremely stormy day. And my usual filming space is too noisy, so you need to put up with this for now. I apologize. Let's go. So your loved one's last thoughts and feelings of you. Very last thoughts and feelings of you. Okay. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna take both cards here. Sometimes I do not take all the cards that fall out. We have the 9 of coins and the Ace of vessels, and this is actually quite sweet. So I think that for many of you, not all of you, because it is a reading for the collective, not everything will resonate, but your loved one and you kind of knew that they would lose their life. So they could have died of old age or because of a terminal illness. So for many of you, their passing might have not been that unexpected. And for many of you, because of it not being an unexpected thing, your loved one could have made some preparations in the physical world for their passing, and they most definitely, for almost all of you, left you a goodbye letter, a goodbye message, something heartfelt and meaningful. For the moment that they passed. If you haven't received anything, definitely investigate if there is not like a message somewhere. I feel like for many of you, they also left you inheritance. What's this? The 2 of coins. I'm not going to take this because I haven't shuffled. They left you inheritance, okay? So money or land, maybe in a, like an apartment, like real estate, something, okay? They could have left you something, or just you know, belongings, personal belongings, and they were thinking about that. They were thinking about what they had prepared for the moment they would leave, because they love you very much. They still love you, and they wanted you to be fine, and you know, emotionally and physically. Okay, that's what they were thinking about. What else? Seven of Wands in the reverse. Okay. There's a lot I could say about this card, but I need some confirmation. What were they thinking about? The last thoughts of you. Five of Wands in the reverse. So yeah, I'm getting that for many of you, their life ended because of like a terminal illness that all of you probably saw coming. And they put up a fight. So regardless of if they actually had a physical illness or if it was an accident, the soul usually knows when it's about time, you know, that they would leave the planet. So their soul knew, but they put up a fight. They wanted to resist it in order to stay with you. Maybe there is unfinished business, you didn't get to say goodbye, okay, maybe you didn't get closure about something, but they were thinking about that. They wanted to stay, they wanted to put up a fight, like fighting death, so that they could stay around for longer. They did not want to be taken away because they loved you very much. They did go through a lot of pain though, physically, or like some stress, emotional stress. It was hard, but they want you to know that they did not make it easy on the energies that were pulling them away from their physical existence. That was what they were thinking about. They wanted to stay with you. Nine of Wands. Guys, Wands are very strong energy cards. Nine of Wands, and the image kind of looks like the Eight of Wands image in the regular tarot, but definitely your person, almost all of you, they must have had some condition, something maybe from their past, like a wound, you know, or like an illness that led to their passing. And again, they wanted to stay for you. They didn't want to leave, and they were thinking about, what can I do to gain as much energy as possible to prolong my physical existence and to stay in touch with the people I left behind. Okay, there was a lot of energetic upheaval towards the end of their life. You could have felt their passing. It would not surprise me, even though you were maybe not aware that it was happening, you could have felt something, and that's because the energies were so high, they were running so high. But yeah, they were definitely thinking about you and how to stay in touch with you energetically. What else? Wow, Nine of Swords and the Ace of Wands in the reverse. They were stressed, guys, and it's not surprising, is it? When you pass away, it will be for many of us a stressful situation. They had some fears and some worries about how you would be coping and if you would receive their signs. It could also be that in the last moments, you know, when you have what many people describe during their near-death experiences, they had this live movie like running through their head, through their mind, where they look back on a very fast and sped up version of everything they did and happened, and all the people that they met and stuff. They had some regrets in your connection. Okay, even though I feel like for many of you, your person was very good to you, but they still had some regrets and some fears, and some remorse, didn't want to leave, and were also stressed if it was going to be possible for the two of you to stay in touch. They were very worried that with them losing their physical body, your energetic connection would disappear as well. So guys, do some energy work. If you haven't been feeling anything, you should have. But if you haven't been feeling anything, know that your person really, really wanted to stay in touch. And you know, when the soul, when like also the mind, what we decide and the kind of state we're in when we're passing away is what we take with us to the afterlife. So they are still wanting to communicate. So please tell me that you have been receiving their signs. Hopefully you have. And also look how this color green, this particular shade of green, it's like a mossy, pastel-y, calming, soothing, natural green. Use this jade energy to heal and to increase your energy flow between you and your loved one. They really wanted nothing more than for the two of you to stay in touch. Maybe that's, if you haven't found any specific message from them, then the message they wanted to leave behind for you was psychic or spiritual communication. All right, so yeah. I have made quite a few videos on this channel and on my second YouTube channel. I will link it in the description box down below, about psychic communication and how, you know, to work on your abilities. So if you haven't watched them already, then do so. I'll link some helpful videos in the description box. Let's get into some oracle messages. If you too would like to send in a deck or some crystals, I really could do with some new crystals. I have an Amazon wishlist link in the description box down below for those of you who would like to donate something. Let's see. What was your loved one? What were your loved ones thinking about in your, with regards to your connection? 28. They're German ones, and this is progress, or yeah, progressing, progressive, moving forward is what this word vorankommen means. And look, the imagery here, 28 adds up to 30, 30 is 3, 3 is Empress energy, is nurturing, loving energy, matches these ones. They were so full of love for you in their last moments, and they wanted to take that love with them to the other side and stay in touch. And you know how this guy here is kind of standing, well, with one foot in the physical realms and the other one is moving forward to the spiritual realms. They wanted to stay connected. Guys, balloons, hot air balloons will be a sign from your loved one. So if you see some in the sky, that's your loved one telling you, hey, I'm still here and I can fly down into your dimension and visit you. Also, we have this mill here, which reminds me of the Netherlands, which could be a sign for some of you, the Netherlands. Maybe you have some Dutch ancestry or you live in the Netherlands. Let me know. This would be a particular sign. And windmill, it's so stormy today, and I was feeling that, and I mentioned it in the other piles as well, that you can do a lot of energy work with natural phenomena such as storm and wind. So that will be a sign for you that you can increase the energy, which is what your loved one so desperately wants, by doing energy work when there's a lot of wind. So they were thinking about staying in touch with you so much. Okay, wow, new life, and this dancer here, 28, 29, which is the next step. Wow, I'm getting goosebumps. This is a powerful message, you guys. Your loved one was already thinking about taking the next step, moving on to new life. And now listen carefully. Do not panic. Some people ask me, what happens if my loved one reincarnates before I do? Guys, when I say that time and space are irrelevant in a spiritual sense, I really mean it. Time is not linear, doesn't work the way it does here in the very limited physical sense. In a spiritual sense, your loved one can be in different dimensions right now. Their energy can be in a past life. Their energy can be with you right now through psychic connection. And their energy can already be in a future incarnation, okay? And you might be there too. This is very complicated, but don't think of time as something mathematical and linear the way we learn it here in school and stuff. That's not how it works. Your person was thinking about you and them reuniting in the next lifetime, 28, 29, moving forward to a new life, neues Leben. And we have this butterfly here, which looks so cute because it's golden and yellow, which is the color of liveliness, and there's some sparkles. It stands for transformation. They really want you to educate yourself on reincarnation and all things, you know, new age, spiritual. And that's what they were thinking about, you coming back together again, because death is never the end. For some reason they want me to choose this deck here. Guys, if you enjoy this reading, please let me know by liking it and commenting. If you don't know what to say, drop a purple heart. It would really help me. And that way I know that you appreciate my readings. Look. I read all cards intuitively. Hiding your true self is not relevant for you. 14 is the healing number. And we have two people here. One moving away and the other one like just standing their ground, staying there. That's the two of you. They were thinking about, yes, they had to leave you. They would miss you very much, but they made sure that you would be fine for many of you in some way. And they wanted to stay in touch, and they knew that you would meet again. So your loved ones are very, very, very hopeful that you would educate yourself on all things spiritual and reincarnation, because they were already thinking about and envisioning your next lifetime together. You are definitely soulmates. Soulmates do not have to be strictly romantic, okay? Doesn't matter what relationship you were in, you can be a soulmate with this person. And they were thinking about coming back together. Speaking of reading all cards intuitively, this card came out in the reverse. So that was your loved ones telling me to read this number as 13 and not as 31. 13 is about transformation. They were thinking about transforming your pain, your grief into hope for the future. You can really do something with darkness, okay? Darkness is not always your enemy. This grief could be a trigger for you to become more psychic, more spiritual. I'm not saying that grief is fun. I'm not saying that your emotions aren't valid. I'm just telling you that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. There's this beautiful pink colored horizon, and your loved ones are very hopeful and trusting that you would become more spiritual. Your motivation will be so that you could connect with them psychically. But it's all part of a huge transformation that will super pay off in your next lifetime when you next come together. That's what they were thinking about the most. I'm gonna get one last or two more oracle cards for you. I feel like one. They want one more. One more. Okay, let's see. Wow. Again. This card, did it come out in all three piles? You have to tell me, or in just two, but twirly path. They knew that it wasn't going to be an easy transformation. They knew that you would struggle on your own, okay? But they weren't really worried about you because they really always believed in you. They're still very proud of you, okay? But they were thinking about you hopefully being motivated enough, even if you face obstacles and hurdles, to educate yourself spiritually so that you would stay in touch. They were a bit, you know, thinking about that a lot, if you would be open to that new possibility, and if you would really do the work necessary so that you can find each other in the next lifetime on a much higher level, guys, okay? So yeah, that's all I have for you. I really hope it resonated. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on the bell for notifications so that you will never miss out on a new reading on my channel in the future. Take very good care, and until soon, hopefully. Bye.